Hi everyone, welcome to the video. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have some Ethereum news and some of my price predictions with a basic animation to explain a couple of different scenarios with the prices in my opinion. This must be said, none of this is legal, tax and or financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Please always do your own research before investing. Before we actually move on to this article, I want to point out my channel, Cryptocurrency Logic. If you enjoy it, feel free to subscribe to it. I'll provide a link in the description below. I have about 35 to 40 videos available there. I also have my Twitter page, so feel free to join those if you'd like or subscribe to the page. Let's begin with the news. The Ethereum Foundation announced the achievements made over the last year and how it plans to allocate its resources over the next 12 months. The Ethereum Foundation has redefined its strategy to do what is best for the ecosystem, focusing on where the most value can be added and allowing others to add value based on their expertise. Under the philosophy of subtraction, the foundation is moving away from growing and accumulating value within themselves, in inverted commas. Instead, they have been distributing opportunities to the community, pushing resources out to teams across the ecosystem, and encouraging other organizations to improve the Ethereum blockchain so that it can become more decentralized and sustainable. If we scroll down the page, we have an image here comparing the two mindsets here, an addition and a subtraction mindset. The Ethereum Foundation is a resource allocator and understands its responsibility to ensure that every dollar is spent properly. And a bit more information there. Just going to summarize the key points here. Over the last year, significant progress has been made to upgrade the entire Ethereum protocol. Different clients there, different client teams, including Nimbus, Prism, Sigma Prime, and Substrate Shasper, that's a tongue twister, have been working in the major upgrade dubbed Ethereum 2.0. And I actually have made a video about Ethereum 2.0, and I'll provide a link to that in this as well. So just to jump a bit here, plans for the next year. Prominent organizations such as Microsoft, HTC, and Opera have shown their interest in developing new technologies on top of the protocol. And as it says at the beginning of the article, $30 million being injected into the ecosystem, a lot of it going to help developers as well. More information in the article. I'll provide a link to this Crypto Slate article and the other articles in general in the description. What are your thoughts on this? What do people think about the addition and subtraction mindset? How well does this bode with those in the community or the Ethereum network and foundation, I should say, trying to grow Ethereum, especially when you have competitors and very aggressive competitors in the space, Tron, EOS, or Tron and Cardano especially. There's been a bit of banter over the past, say, 6 to 12 months. Who's got the better platform? Which token's going to thrive? I mean, I hope they all do well, but one is probably going to trump the other, so to speak. Your thoughts on this? I think it's, personally, in a nutshell, I think it's great that more funding is being injected into this. We need the R&D, but we want the money to be well spent. And I do want to point out as well, I meant to say earlier that there was a reference to this in a different article. It's a CCN article here about $30 million being injected into Ethereum. And then this goes into more detail about what Ethereum 2.0 is. There's an interview here with Vitalik. I recommend you check that video out on the CCN website there. Ethereum 2.0 is no facelift according to this. So we're looking at trying to get something novel and expand it and make it superior to what we have now. We need something faster, more streamlined, so on and so forth. More information here, a link to both of those there. Let's focus on my price predictions. So let's go to Live Coin Watch and have a look at the prices overall before we jump into my price prediction. Healthy growth in the past 24 hours, and we've seen, well, not just the past 24 hours, but the past month. Let's have a look at Bitcoin's prices as well. As you can see, it has shot up since the beginning of, since the end of April there. Let's focus on the star of the show today. We have Ethereum prices and the growth. Let's have a look at the growth in the past month. Again, yes, similar to Bitcoin, its growth for the past 30 days at about 68% there. I wanted to draw your attention to circulating supply and the total supply. Now, what I have done, I've created a PowerPoint presentation, very brief, looking at this. My opinion is, so we're going to look at, realistically, let's say 110 million Ether circulating supply or total supply, and then I've got one under 120 million. There have been some websites talking about having a cap at 120 million. We will see what happens. Let's say, okay, so I've given you the first one here. $500 per Ether, we're looking at a $55 billion market cap. When do I think we'll hit this? I think it's a matter of when, not if, because at the moment we're sitting at, I think it was $268 there per token. I reckon the middle of August, so it's currently the end of May, I believe we will hit $500 per Ether. $1,000 per Ether, I definitely believe we can get to that again. We got to the all-time high of, I'm not looking at this, I don't have it on the screen, I think it was $1,300 or maybe a bit more, don't quote me on that. $1,000 per Ether, simple calculation, we double that to get $110 billion. Okay, and if we double that again, straightforward, we're looking at $220 billion. But let's say if, and this is a matter of if now, if Ethereum really takes off with its upgrades and the whole ecosystem or cryptocurrencies get mass scale adoption, then possibly, maybe, hopefully, we get to $5,000 per Ether. Pretty straightforward. We'll just get this and multiply that by 10. That would be $550 billion market cap. Ether to have $5,000 per Ether. That is insane. Would be wonderful, but never say never. Look at the growth of Bitcoin over the past 8 to 10 years. Let's have a look at a $120 million Ether. Now, just to reiterate, I do believe that if or when we hit these prices, the same time frames will appear. So we could probably do 500, and 1,000 possibly by the end of this year or maybe early next year. But let's have a look here. So this would be $60 billion, $500 per Ether. That would be $120 billion. 1,000 per Ether, $2,000 per Ether will be $240 billion, and $5,000 per Ether if we have mass scale adoption of crypto and Ethereum gets its upgrades, so on and so forth. $600 billion as a total market cap with that total supply there. Could we get to this? What are your thoughts? I'm curious to see what people have to say in regards to that. Alrighty, that's a wrap. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share it with anyone who you believe enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date, and hit the bell icon if you don't want to miss out on any of my latest videos. I'm planning to start a Patreon account shortly and trying to get some more people on board to show their support. I want to get people more involved in making the channels in terms of giving their input about what they would like to see done, how much of a certain topic, so on and so forth, to try and get all of you more involved. Thank you again for tuning in. If you, I just want to say as well, leave a comment if you want to say g'day or just share your feedback. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, afternoon or evening, wherever you are, and I hope it's all fantastic. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. See ya.